The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, I don't know. Kit Harrington has surprised brows. Is that what you call them, Joe?
Something like that, yes.
He's like, yeah, it's like he's surprised.
He's holding this movie up with his eyebrows.
Questioning brows.
Oh, yeah,
he's questioning brows.
He's questioning
in the business
how and why he got this role.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan. If you thought that pre-roll sucked, you have another thing coming with this movie. This movie was bad. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember making fun of it a lot, loudly, in an Airbnb that housed about 500 people. It was like a homeless encampment in the Airbnb. But yeah, I watched it after Joe and I went to Oktoberfest and got very drunk. I was pretty drunk. That last full stein of dark beer really hit the liver. I'll tell you that.
It is the color of the beer that shows how alcoholic it is. That's what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
The darker the beer, the more drunk you get.
Yeah, I mean that's what my liver was saying too. So. And my liver is, I've never questioned my liver in matters
That's
of
a fact.
alcohol.
Scientific.
So, this is Silent Hill Revelations 3D. I didn't see any 3D. Did you see 3D?
I saw plenty of 3D.
I saw lots of 3D models.
Or I should say, I saw things that looked like
computer-generated 3D models.
I saw things that were the telltale signs of like, yeah, this movie was released in 3D during that craze in the mid 2010s.
Just shit in your face all the time.
Like when she blows that guy's head off and all the blood splatter gets all over or maybe the entire fucking scene with the mannequin monster. But we're getting ahead of schedule here.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. So before we get into this movie,
who are you?
I am Caleb.
I'm Joe.
I'm A4.
Yeah, man, Kit Harrington, is he like the worst big actor in Game of Thrones, or I think he is. I
don't think he's bad. Not in Game of Thrones.
A nice reunion in this movie for him and Sean Bean.
Yeah, a good passing by reunion where they never see each other one time in the movie.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, it is like, hey, these guys were both in Game of Thrones the same year. That's interesting.
Wait, I thought Game of Thrones was like 2011.
Oh, this is 2012. So,
oh shit,
I think
you're
Game
right.
of Thrones was 2010 actually.
Damn.
My timeline's fucked up though.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I guess they did know each other. Man, it was kind of nice seeing Sean Bean again. I feel like I haven't seen him in so long. We need to hang out again.
I thought it was a little odd. He didn't have like a cape, like a big cloak or armor on. Like I feel like it's a little weird. When you see him in like James Bond, you're like, where's the Horn of Gondor? I thought that was like necessary for all of your roles.
Yeah,
wasn't he also the bad guy in like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare or something?
I don't know.
He's in a lot of stuff.
I've played that game for a lot of hours, but I never once played the campaign.
He's one of those actors that has a million credits. Guys, how many movies do you think Sean Bean has been in?
183.
I'm going to go 57, but also the Silent Hill movies, two of the only things he's in where he doesn't die, so that's neat.
Yeah.
All right, let's look and see, because usually IMDb has the number of acting credits. Oh, wait, what were your guesses again?
183.
183 and
57.
50-something. Okay. 126.
Ooh.
That's a
acting
lot.
credits on
That's a
IMDb. That is a lot.
I have 2. Actually,
I would call that a
2.
lot. I think you might. Let's look up Caleb Schweiss on IMDb.
I should have 3, but I feel like you're going to uncredit me, you fuck. I feel like I'm not going to
uncredit you.
I'm not going to be credited in this new movie. I have a feeling because I couldn't
there's
stop.
a Caleb Schweck that pulled up when I typed in your name. By the way,
Oh, that's disrespect.
oh, I mean, what a bastard!
That's
You
if
have
Schweiss was
3.
Jewish.
You have 3 credits, Schweiss.
Oh, okay.
Oddly, all by the same filmmaker.
Yeah, weird. It
Yeah.
must be an acquaintance.
Martin
I have.
Scorsese.
Yeah. I'm his fat Leo. Hey, can you call up the fat Leonardo DiCaprio guy?
And you go on IMDb and you look up Junk Food King, and it's just like, all right, let's see, what credits do we have here? We have Anal MILFs 14 and To Catch a Predator. Interesting.
Yeah.
Also,
Apparently
Dr.
one of them-
Diversity of roles there.
Apparently one of them
what
wasn't
can
a
I say? I'll
MILF.
fuck anything. Dr. Roxo in the chat said one of the few movies Sean Brand doesn't die. Then he corrects it and says Bean, but I like the idea of Sean Brand.
Yeah, he's a healthy
Different
cereal.
food. Makes you shit just as much, but
Yeah, that's funny. I think he does. You do see him die, even though it's in like a dream sequence. You do see him die.
okay, if we're gonna fucking count that shit, then like,
I'm gonna count that shit because
Yeah.
it's like visually, I saw Sean Bean die.
I think I saw an outtake for that movie, The Martian, where like Sean Bean is just like in his office, and then like a fucking meteor comes in and like just takes out Sean Bean just so that he dies. I can't remember if that was like a joke I made or if that was like an outtake that I saw. Either way, it was pretty funny because he doesn't die in that either. Spoilers.
So before we review this movie that none of us can actually remember,
Yeah.
I just watched it, so
yeah,
it's really bad.
it's already gone. You know, I think there was a blonde chick in it.
I feel
And
like
Kid
I say that.
Harrington looking confused.
I feel like I say that every time with these fucking like shitty mid 2010s video game movies, but like really, there is nothing about this movie that sticks in your head.
This is why we review it, so we could talk about shitty movies. Like,
Yeah.
literally, we've gone through all the video game movies, and there's been like 3, and even when we like them, they're more like well, it wasn't awful, and it was
Yeah.
kind of fun. Like, there's never been like, I fucking loved this movie. There's never been like a movie in that category yet for these video game movies.
do you
I don't know,
guys
Sonic 2 and Mario kind of fit for me, at least.
do you
I think
guys
you're insane on both of those. I think they're both quite mediocre, but they are
And
better than
Detective
most.
Pikachu, actually.
do you guys miss
Yeah, that one had third act problems though.
do you guys miss Uwe Boll sometimes? Like I feel like him like wanting to fight that critic. He was like, I'm trying to save this fucking genre, and no one appreciates me. Everyone just does nothing but shit down my throat, and like I'm the only one making
Gross.
tits. I'm the only one having tits in my movies and making them funny as hell. Everything else just sucks.
I do love a good funny tit.
Yeah,
I miss
like a goofy
Uwe
one with like a
Boll-
googly eye nipple.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss Uwe Boll in the context of like
Put googly eyes on your nipples.
if he came to another movie with like postal energy, then yeah, I'd be down for another Boll.
Yeah, I mean, even the fucking In the Name of the King one. I think that was his last one. That one was pretty fucking funny. Like it
don't
was a
remember,
good time
actually.
at least.
What? A4, that was like one of the best ones. Come on.
No, I mean
Uwe Boll?
I remember In the Name of the King. I don't remember what order they came out in.
I feel like that
okay.
was one of his last ones.
I can look.
'Cause
We all
Joe-
have Google in front of us.
No, it's better just to
No.
like ruminate on falsities.
Yeah.
We can't look anything up. We just got to like act
Yeah.
like we know what we're talking about, and then just gaslight everyone into believing that what we're saying is true. It's simple.
Yeah, it's really easy actually. And then they'll think if it's wrong, they'll just think Joe said it, so it's even better.
But what have we been playing? I think is what Joe is trying to get to.
Whoa. Was he director? No, this isn't right. Hold on, guys. Dude, In the Name of the King. We must have known this on the episode, but this feels like new information to me. In the Name of the King 3 is directed by Uwe Boll. So like the direct-to-video sequels.
Yes,
That's crazy.
that I remember seeing at the grocery store in like a 3-pack on Blu-rays, and I was like, I think it was when I first started listening to you guys, and I sent it to you guys on Twitter, and I'm just like, guys, I got bad news for you. There's more than one of these fucking movies.
Dude,
Not knowing that I would eventually have to be on the fucking show.
Well, I didn't think
those.
he would direct them, but I guess what am I surprised by anymore?
He's dedicated.
What's crazy is that the first one was like $60 million, though.
Yeah.
That's what's nuts.
That was just to catapult fucking Jason Statham across a fucking chasm.
Yeah, across that
Again.
chasm that what's his face like went brrr when he was crossing.
No, not the zip line thing. I'm talking like later in the movie when she.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's like uncontrollable laughter for that one. That was so good.
Yeah.
Again, Jason Statham, the best actor in that movie,
Oh yeah.
because he knows how to be in shitty movies.
Which
Drew
is
and I
saying a
actually
lot
discussed this
considering-
on the most recent episode of the Godzilla podcast when we watched Meg 2.
Oh, is that
Wait,
movie
like,
suck?
you guys reviewed the Meg and Meg 2 on the Godzilla podcast?
Yeah, Meg 1, worth watching. Meg 2, half worth watching.
It looked really dumb from the previews.
Hold on. But the thing is with the Meg, it knows it's dumb, and it has fun
Yes.
with it.
But
That's
also-
what's good.
I also
It's
mean
when,
in the sense
it's
that,
when
like,
we watch something like Silent Hill Revelation, where the movie doesn't know how stupid and boring it is, and it doesn't play with it.
well,
It actually thinks that it's scary.
it was also in the sense that, like, when I saw the trailer for Meg 2, and I was like, huh, another one of those. I guess someone wanted it. It's not me, but
Hey, I recommend listening to the Godzilla podcast, available on all podcast platforms.
that's how you plug.
iTunes,
It's a
Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, really, except for YouTube. It's not on YouTube. Someday.
good-
I
those
gotta
Toho
back those up.
lawyers are really getting on your case.
No, we
for,
don't use copyrighted stuff except for the name. That's a trademark name. But no, I just haven't uploaded them to YouTube. I just didn't. I was like, nah, make it pure.
You
podcast.
should have just pretended that the Toho lawyers were fucking getting up your ass.
Oh,
Better
yeah, that's
story.
good. Yeah, you're right. I should have yes-anded that. What have you been playing, A4?
I have been playing a bit of Nazi Zombies, Call of Duty World at War, for the first time in
Nice.
my life ever.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Any Nazi Zombies mode ever.
Oh,
I have
wow.
not played any of the Treyarch Call of Duty games with the Nazi Zombies.
It's fucking
Till-
fun, isn't it?
Yes, and I want to play with you fuckers because trying to do fucking zombie what the prison one or whatever is fucking impossible by myself.
Oh yeah,
I get to like round 6 and it's like, well, I'm dead.
the one where
So-
you're disconnect. Oh, I guess you don't know. Is it?
No,
like
I do
the-
know. You're all disconnected, then you go up and you turn the power on, and then
That one's the worst one.
is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was like
No,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
worst one.
There's like 4 fucking maps in this game. I figured at least one of them was going to be like the iconic one.
All the other 3 are the iconic ones to me.
Oh, okay.
Like Shino
I
Numa,
thought-
that's like my favorite one. The
Well-
Japan one, if you couldn't tell.
The Call of Duty games are on sale on
precise
Steam
Japanese.
until the 26th, which is tomorrow at the time of this recording. So if you want to buy that on PC to play with me at some point on game night, it's a thing.
How much is it?
It was like 10, 15 bucks. The only problem is if you buy Black Ops, it's 20, but then you got to pay 10 more to get the original Zombies maps in that as DLC, which seems pretty steep for that map pack, but
Yeah, I mean, I probably paid more back in the day, but it was also new.
Of course, yeah, but like the game is fucking 12 years old. Like I don't want to pay $20 on sale for a 12-year-old game and then pay another $10 on top of that to get 4 maps from the game before that.
Yeah, you know what we
I
need to
mean-
do? We need to do a prop hunt night. We need to get Joe that
Yeah.
fucking Modern Warfare remake, reboot, remaster, whatever the
Does
fuck
it even have
Reboot
prop
is what I heard.
Reboot.
Because the only reason I bought Cold War on PS4 is because it has prop hunt in it.
Oh, I have
we
that
played
too.
it like once.
I have that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's super fun. So that would be.
we just
that
got
would
to
be a
figure out
fun-
which ones have prop hunt, or I guess mod the servers to whichever one we want to play that would have
Yeah,
prop hunt in it.
I mean, or we could just like Fortnite and then just play it for free.
Is prop hunt in Fortnite?
Everything is in Fortnite. This
Jesus
podcast
Christ.
is probably in Fortnite.
That really is the Uber game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's freakish. I don't like
Now,
that.
could
it
you
is.
imagine how good prop hunt would be in Conan Exiles?
Yeah, it'd be impossible. It'd be like fuck. It's like a 6-week game. I would just
that's
be
the
like a
fun of it.
mountain, just like a mountain. Like, wait, was that mountain?
Everyone take. Well, maybe if you're lucky enough, you could spawn as like a giant boulder. I guess I don't know. But yeah, everyone take 3 months off work, and then we'll play that one round.
What is prop hunt? Someone's gonna have to.
So it's like a hide and
Do a
seek
quick
game
rundown.
mode in Call of Duty where you spawn as like one of the like props in the map. So like you'll be
One
a
of the
dumpster
objects.
or you'll be like a watermelon because they have watermelons on the table, and it's like hide and seek. And like
You're just trying to blend into the environment, and then if they shoot you, then
you appear as a normal dude, and then you're running away as the prop, and you can trade props partway through the map, and then you also get like it makes like a noise, like the prop will make like I can't remember what noise it was.
it's like a whistle every like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
You
like,
can just hear,
they
like-
know they're close to you. At the
Yeah,
very least, it's kind of like a Marco Polo thing that you can't turn off.
yeah, but like you get some epic ones, like the fucking Craig was like a piece of sheet metal one time, and he just like leaned up against another wall of sheet metal, and everyone's running by him just like hip firing, and there's bullets like slapping into the metal right around him, and he's just like fucking just standing there like, oh, come on, dude.
I think I talked about it because I was talking about playing with the boys on the last episode. But the one round we had where it was like that small like mosque map where it's kind of four quadrants on either side.
Yeah.
The mosque in the middle, and we were all in like the one alleyway in the back, and this guy comes over, and we have like 10 seconds left in the fucking match, so we all just like dumpsters and garbage trucks and wheelbarrows are just bouncing around him, and he can't shoot all of us, and it's just we were fucking dying laughing. It was so funny.
Yeah, it's really fun though. It's like
It's a good mode,
crazy game
and
mode.
then don't forget too, there's that prop night that's like basically prop hunt mixed with Dead by Daylight that's on Steam. That might be fun.
I mean, it might
Keep
be
the horror train going with Faz and Devour, which we were also playing, which I found out has a VR mode. So
How was
I was
that?
playing that shit. It was fine. The controls were a little janky. Like to drop it, like the way the Steam Index controllers are. They have like a joystick on each one, and then 2 buttons, and then they also have like a touchpad, which in most games works as like just the joystick again. You just slide your finger on it. But for some reason in Devour, the controls for that are like the one touchpad drops items and the other one turns your flashlight on and off. So it just feels really awkward.
Yeah, Devour is about 1/10 as successful as Faz, so I expect it to not be as good as far as like.
Well, it was just a weird control scheme for that game. But playing it in VR was pretty fun. Like every time I got chased by the guy, I definitely felt the fear, maybe a little more than if I was playing it on my computer. It was a fun novelty.
Nice.
I was sweating like a fucking pig, though.
Well, it's good. It's a pig map.
Yeah. I was also playing Grandia 2, because that's on the list.
Nice.
And that's kind of been it for me. I mean, I've been playing some shit here and there, but we'll get to that when we get to the games I beat.
God.
Because it like barely counts as me playing a game. Joe, what have you been playing?
Oh, okay. I get to talk about myself. Cool.
It was my turn. What?
I know. I was just waiting. On you to say it. You just let it fizzle out. Like, who's gonna take the baton, man?
I don't
You
know.
gotta hand it to someone.
I guess
You can't
that's
just
how,
be like standing in the middle of the field, just like holding up the baton.
yeah,
You gotta
can.
see. You gotta see
That's
the
how you
next
attract
runner,
lightning.
man.
That's how you like power generators and shit. You stand on top
All
of
right.
the generator and field with a rod.
All right, shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. So I have been playing 2 games exclusively. The first one being the great Conan Exiles. We actually got a third person on there, which, by the way, guys, if you want to join, we'll be playing this for at least probably the next 2 months. Please join our Conan Exiles PlayStation server, and you can build next to us and maybe do some adventures with us. Schweiss and I are usually on Monday or Tuesday night, so that's kind of the best time to get on there with us. But we're in there trying to do some journeys, trying to kind of get ready. Right now, A4, I'm just kind of waiting for you and Zach to join the game because we're just doing journeys and leveling up, and then at the end, I think we'll probably just do a rush to get all the things you need to get out of the exiled lands. And it would be nice to do that together.
I gotta say
that would be nice.
The new journey system in like the update is really good.
It's good, but now the game is like 3 times as long.
Yeah, you can't power level nearly as easily.
Yeah, but it I don't know.
It actually
What's
teaches
the
you how to
opposite?
play.
What's the opposite of nerfing a game?
buffing it.
Buffing a game? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they nerfed it.
I don't know. I think it's just it's good for leaving like little breadcrumb trails to sort of give you things to do to sort of keep you busy and teach you the mechanics of the game if you'd never played. Because a lot of that shit, the first time we played it a couple of years ago, I remember just looking a bunch of that shit up because it's like, how the fuck can you get this shit? And I'm like, oh, I gotta go to this one specific spot, and then I get this item that's only in this biome, and then I fucking take it to the Firebowl Cauldron or whatever the fuck.
So, A4, are you in it? Are you in our server now?
No.
What?
Jace joined today, though, so we'll have him in there.
Is that the third person?
He put down no.
That's the fourth.
We got one of the listeners on there. He made cooters. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
it's not what
Like
I
the
had
restaurant?
in mind. It's not what I had in mind,
His
but-
fort is legit.
Yeah, I like a
Yeah, his
tear.
fort
I shed a tear when I
made me
saw where
jealous.
he like could wake up in the morning and like watch his slaves from above. It was beautiful. Like in the nude, he could be totally naked and do it. So I shed a
That's a good
tear for
point.
that. Yeah, we killed some. We
I've
killed the
also-
giant croc and the giant spider too. A4, you missed out, man.
I killed the giant croc a bunch of times before when we played before. It's not. I didn't miss out. It's just, you know.
We were multiplayering and you weren't there.
A4, when are you going to join this fucking game?
When I feel like turning my PS4 back on, probably.
God.
Well, I got to clear
God.
some of the other games off my list first. So don't forget, I have fucking like 2 80-hour RPGs coming up. So
Yeah, one of them's Conan Exiles.
yeah, so
It's longer than it used to be. That's
yeah,
That's
that,
a- that's
I guess
a
that doesn't
fact.
really shock me.
That's not what she said.
so like
That's for sure.
it's supposed to be 29.5 hours. Pretty sure I already have that, and I'm not even close to the end. And I've been
Right.
like pretty like on the path. Like I've been trying to like level up and do all the shit that I can in the journeys, but there's still more to be done.
It would take you
I
guys like
do
50
suggest
hours just to build a fucking
piecemealing
map
it.
room just so you can fast travel.
I
That shit
could
took
go.
forever when
I
we
could
did it
go do
before.
one. I've been prepping. I'm a prepper.
No, I know. It's just you need so much fucking weird esoteric shit.
Well, like
to
gold
craft it.
dust. You don't have
there's
gold
other
dust
stuff.
lying around. Come on.
No, I remember it being like we had to find a bunch of weird shit in order to craft the map room. I remember that being like a huge thing when we finally got it and the first time we played.
Yeah, I mean it was a big deal, but we were fucking noobs back then. Now I'm like a grizzled old veteran. Like I'm sitting by the fire. And it's like
True.
someone
With your
say Conan
skillet.
Exiles. I've been to the exiled lands once or twice. I loved it so much I let him enslave
That's a name
me
I
again.
haven't heard in many moons.
Yeah. I let him enslave
First.
me twice.
First, they came for your PlayStation. Then they came for all of your time.
Yeah.
Conan Exiles. The other one that I'm now about halfway through, I think a little past halfway through, is Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
22 hours into the game. And yeah, halfway through. So that one's also
Well, you
going to
said
be
you-
longer than stated, but Ocarina of Time was much longer in comparison at this
Well,
point.
you said
So-
you got through the Arbiter's Grounds, right?
No, I got to it. I got to the Arbiter's Grounds.
That's about the halfway point dungeon.
Yeah, so it's past the halfway point on both the guide, if you're looking at areas, and also on the long play that I had on YouTube that I've been
Well, and,
looking
like,
at just to see where I am.
40 hours is about the runtime of that game for like a casual playthrough. So
I feel like
yeah,
these
22
games
hours
are
is
like
about halfway.
they're offensively long. Like the Zelda games, they're too long for what they are. Like it's like why are you so much time?
You're just saying that because you're playing Majora's Mask where you got to reset every fucking 15 minutes.
I mean, it's pretty annoying. Like the puzzle was like I just didn't know where the fuck I was supposed to go, and then I finally look it up and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to freeze those little guys? I didn't even see the fucking thing up there. How the fuck was I supposed to know to freeze these?
I told you about
cocksuckers.
the reverse Song of Time, right? That slows the game
Yeah,
down.
it doesn't slow it enough, man. Not when you're
I
fucking
mean, it doesn't
blind.
stop time. It fucking...
Yeah, but So I'm these games are just like offensively long. I think I feel like they're like they're too long for their own good.
They don't give you enough for the length, you know.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
pencil.
not
It's
enough.
like a pen. It's like pencil
enough
thick.
oomph.
Pencil.
That's
thick.
like a
love that.
pencil
I
up
would-
your asshole. You don't even feel it, you know.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
like-
love to
but
see
it's still
Schweiss
long.
play. With this complaint, I would love to see Schweiss play fucking Skyward Sword because the beginning of that game fucking drags, dude. That game fucking has a glacial start, like more so than Twilight Princess.
Yeah, it's a slow start on Twilight Princess. I will say, people are going to be pretty angry. Twilight Princess is a much better game than Ocarina of Time. Like, patentedly, my experience of it, it's like so much better. In like every conceivable way. Maybe not the music. I think the music is about level, but in every other way, I think Twilight Princess is the better game.
Has some bangers.
It's like the same fucking game, but better controls, better story, better characters, more interesting
Yeah.
look. I can't fathom why people rank Ocarina of Time above it outside of like, or the originator. Like, I get that part of it.
Better game,
But-
objectively, but that's a whole nother
No.
thing.
I mean,
Not so far.
Honestly,
I mean, I'm only
Majora-
halfway. Maybe it screws the pooch later, but
yeah, Majora's Mask has a better story, I think, because it's actually a story. It's like
Well, yeah,
here's
but
a
it's
setup,
got a worse
here's an
gameplay loop.
objective, and then and then you do it. And it's like Ocarina of Time is just like it's just like lore almost. It's like there's barely anything there. Now I'm not saying that Majora's is better, but what I am saying is that Joe isn't there to review bomb it, so don't fucking crucify me when it gets a better score than Ocarina. I can't control everything. Right? I don't think it's better than Ocarina.
Well, I
do
mean,
think it's
according to
better
this,
in some ways.
according to this humble podcast, apparently the original Legend of Zelda is better than Ocarina of Time. I think
It is.
the scores, which is wild.
I'm not against that. The original was
game-
pretty good.
The game,
Schweiss-
that game doesn't have a story, period, unless you read the manual, so that shouldn't count.
Schweiss,
don't
I would
think-
like to know, because you often have the Excel sheet and you just leave it alone. Are our Ocarina of Time scores still there
I believe so.
in
That's
our
our last
Excel
review.
sheet? Cool. I would love to know what the score would have been if you took my points off of it. That's what I want to know.
The
So,
game was
while-
properly reviewed by a professional team of reviewers.
Yeah, sure.
Look,
Yeah, I'm just curious as to that.
I gave mid scores to God of War Ragnarok. I applaud you for having the balls to speak your truth on Ocarina of Time, even if it's objectively incorrect. That's
Speak my truth.
yeah.
How could it be
Yeah.
objectively
He's
incorrect
even-
if it's
he-
truth?
He's even using the language of your people, Joe.
What, gay people?
Yeah. All right.
My people?
Yeah.
You'd let my people go.
The French, which is also gay people. So
All right. So without yours, we would have given it an 87.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty high.
wait, what did it get?
It got an
Three?
82. So Joe took 5. He shaved.
Oh,
off 5
oh
points.
my God. Oh,
Look,
just
I-
so much damage was done.
No one said it was going to be the greatest game of all time. I would never say that. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
now for another social experiment. What would God of War Ragnarok gotten if I hadn't reviewed it?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, we don't have the numbers still there, do
Yeah, I deleted it.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
He uses
Someone in
the
the-
same Excel sheet.
Let me
Someone
see if I
else
can
can
go
go,
back.
delete-
listen to the episode.
Whatever. Yeah, someone will figure that out eventually and just tell us
Yeah.
in the Discord.
I doubt it, but yeah.
Patty ate cake says rise up hashtag Joe's people.
Yeah.
We will rise.
Yeah.
And I'm Jovert.
I don't know, man. It's just like the Zeldas are too much. I think. They're
Well, you're
just like,
French.
Jauvert?
Yeah, so I
And
thought
I'm
it
Jauvert.
Yeah.
Jauvert. It's Javert. Unless you're saying Jauvert. Am I Jauvert? Is that
Yes,
my
that
people?
was the joke. Thanks.
Oh, okay. I didn't get it. Clearly, I'm a fucking dunce.
Is that your people, dunces?
Yeah. Joe Dunscollier. That's the name.
yeah.
Jovert Dunce Golier.
I have not had much sleep over the last little bit, so
Yeah. Welcome.
apologize if I say something stupid. Now I'm
That's
getting
all
like
the time,
a
though.
slight headache. That's all the time we have today, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you for
thanks
listening.
for
No,
hanging
I
out.
said
A4. I thought you. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought A4 was announcing. Schweiss, what have you been playing?
I have played.
That's how you pass the baton, A4. That's how you pass the baton.
I played
What
a
if I just
little.
want to keep it?
I played a little bit of Fortnite with the boy, probably like 2 rounds. It's fine.
Was that the Fortnite review?
Yeah,
Or the review of your son.
both. Yeah, yeah. He's adopted, so So I did a little bit of that, and then I did a lot of Majora's Mask, and I'm ready to be done, but I still have an entire dungeon, and then the last day, which, according to the little sidebar on the guide, there's a lot of shit on that last day, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Just like...
Yeah, there's like if memory serves me right, there's like a bunch of mini dungeons that are like modeled after the 4 dungeons you went through in the main game. It's kind of like little challenge areas, which is like what Ganon's castle did at the end of Ocarina of Time anyway. So, it's not that different. Are you going to get the fierce deity mask by collecting all of the masks?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Good luck with that final boss then, because I've only ever beaten it with the fierce deity mask, which makes it a fucking cakewalk.
Yeah, well... This is my 3rd one, so I should be fine. 3rd Zelda, But yeah, I played a shitload of that game. Like, I played a lot. Not as much as I should have, but a lot.
You got to the 3rd temple? I don't remember which... The water temple.
There is no water temple.
There's a water temple. It's the Great Bay Temple, and it fucking sucks.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, that one is watery, I guess. No, I'm way past
literally... You're swimming through, like aqueducts in it. Like, you're swimming through pipes. It's a water temple. I don't know.
Sounds like the pipe temple.
The boss is a fucking fish. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I hated that thing. That was the one I got fucking stuck on. And then I get to the boss, and the boss just fucking ruins me. And I'm like, what? It's like the first time I've ever died in this game. This fish is like a fucking monster. Yeah, that's right.
People die from fish?
Yeah, apparently. I didn't...
It's not even like a cool fish. It's just a big fish, and his name is like Georg.
Which just means big fish. Yeah.
Yeah, in retardese. And,
yeah.
No, the problem with the Great Bay Temple is like there's a lot of like aqueduct passages that you swim through, but they're currents, so you can only go like one way.
Yeah.
So getting around that temple is a fucking nightmare, just like the water temple.
No, I know.
Go fucking figure.
I had to look stuff up on that one. That's the one where I got
fish.
lost. And it's always a water temple. But yeah,
Man,
no,
I wish this was After Dark so I could call it just Go Fish. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I don't know.
Schweiss, turn on a fucking light. What the fuck are you doing?
You're just gonna have to look at my hacker's den, bro.
I do love that Schweiss discovered like the Discord background feature.
It's weird because like
if you're not going to turn on a light, at least like pull up that Excel spreadsheet a little bit.
That was terrifying, by the way. You were further back, and then suddenly you were closer.
Yeah, it's just the quality you come for.
I'm sorry, this is a visual thing.
Came for the review, stayed
listeners.
for the visual element.
If you want to see what we
podcast.
just saw, just watch Silent Hill Revelations 3D and just any of the jump scares. It's basically what it's
Choice for a fucking light.
except for the Pop-Tart jump scare at the beginning of the movie. That's not analogous to this. We gotta stop laughing at something no one who's
I know. I'm sorry. Nuclear Podcast or Nuclear Gaming or Nuclear Podcast on YouTube. I don't remember which it is.
And then he turns on a light, and it just shows him standing there like a trapezoid, like.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what shirt you're wearing, but you were like the way you were standing. Did you turn the light on? Reminded me of Alex Jones when he was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's
He's
good.
got a disheveled like.
That's about right. Today I've been packing and just fucking tearing shit down and.
TruthSeek says, "Lol, 4 of us are enjoying this." It'll get I'll put this on YouTube. People will see it.
There'll be like 5 more.
Yeah, literally.
They could see it.
By the way, there was that one After Dark that Joe told me was like, "Oh, just call it Amish versus Mormons death battle and see if that gets us more clicks." It did not. I think it got less, actually.
There's a game to YouTube. I do work in the field, so
And it sucks.
yeah, it does.
Shitty game. It's about as shitty as God of War Ragnarok.
I know, but some people think it's random, but it's really not. But you do have to be playing by YouTube's rules. So,
well, and again, us having a channel called Nude Clan is probably not helping.
Yeah, that's probably pretty bad. But also, they actually parse out, those auto subtitle things that they now have on the YouTube side of things. They're actually able to use that and use the AI to figure out exactly what type of video that it is that people are watching, and also the content level of it. So they don't need you to decide what it is. YouTube decides what that is, and YouTube, just like every other platform that has advertisers, will not push your stuff if it is too controversial or too much or too dirty and all that stuff. So
I just want to say on behalf of all of us that everyone needs to go out and get vaccinated. COVID is real. We need to send money to the Ukraine. Joe Biden won the election fair and square.
Yeah, God. A4.
Man, I can't listen to you lie like this.
And women are equal to men in every single conceivable way. In fact, they're better than men in pretty much all ways. Oh, I saw Barbie this week. That was a fun little movie.
Oh, by the way, Nude Clan brought to you by the Daily Wire Plus. Go to dailywireplus.com/Nude Clan for
they need some. I mean, they need some. Look, I need $1 million, and they need some gaming content. So I mean, fuck, I'd do it.
Could you imagine if we got picked up by the Daily Wire?
I'll just do the backstage. Like, all right, let's see if I can get kicked off of this network in like 5 minutes.
How many Jewish jokes have you made before? Like what, or twice?
I think I've made fun of Ben Shapiro quite a few number of times, just like in this episode alone. So, like,
yeah. I mean,
if anything, I would just try to meet him so I could ask him if I could like suck on his sister's huge fucking Ashkenazi knockers, but that's a whole other problem.
What?
Yeah, there's like a weird thing online.
No, you haven't seen her. You haven't seen his sister's tits. Oh yeah, look up. Look up Ben Shapiro's sister. I forget her fucking first name, but holy shit, dude, she has a huge rack.
What is it like? It's like Abigail or Abby or something.
I don't fucking.
Abigail Shapiro. Oh yeah.
Okay. I think she's got views out there too. Actually,
they're huge. Like
that's yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I don't know what's in the water in Israel, but it's working.
Yeah.
Am I talking about her boobs? Yes, I am, dear.
Look, she just saying she gets a pass from the camps with those massive tits. She can go.
What do you think about them? Whispering right now from 8 feet away from the microphone?
Yeah, what kind of podcaster are you?
Say louder.
If they're natural, I think they look good.
If they're natural, they look good.
Pretty sure they are. I mean,
be careful with that kind of talk, Joe. Craig has been known to turn his girlfriends into lesbians. You don't want to suffer the same fate.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, man.
All right.
I know.
Well, putting that away for later.
Yeah. It's going in the old Banco Spank.
You just print out a fucking printout of Abigail Shapiro's tits and put it on your girlfriend's face while you're having sex.
Just the tits.
I'm glad she can't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can appreciate that. I'm wearing headphones. All right. You play anything else besides Majora?
Majora, Conan a bunch, and yeah, that's about it. Super light. I'm trying to be focused on the Majora at hand,
Yeah. I mean, what's the date today? Is it the 20...
I think I have to have it done by tomorrow.
It's the 25th.
Today or tomorrow.
Well, I sure hope you get it done today, Schweiss. Today feels like a good day to get Majora's Mask done.
Yeah, but aren't we also relying on Zach to get it done too?
No, who cares about Zach? We're not talking about Zach. Zach's not even here today.
Yeah, Zach's barely...
Oh, wait, you guys were talking about your autistic thing. Sorry,
Zach's got 2 weeks of inventory or whatever.
Yeah, how long does it fucking take you to count? Come on, bro. Don't fucking lie.
Our inventory took like 4 days or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
My
forgot
work.
I forgot you were talking about like you and Schweiss's autistic schedule to like get everything done by a certain
Our
day.
autistic schedule? What? We did not announce anything of that sort.
I'm just speculating here.
And remember, goals talked about are goals not completed. But
Yeah.
the 25th would be a good day to finish Majora's Mask, Schweiss, if I were you.
Dude,
Yeah,
fuck.
you just,
The
yeah.
25th of September.
It's
Oddly
it's
specific.
7-4. It's quarter of 8:00 your time after the podcast is done. Instead of playing Conan, you can just finish the whole fucking Stone Temple Pilots. I forget what the last temple in that game is called.
Stone
And then,
Temple.
Yeah.
And then watch a fucking million hours of
Just think
stupid
about-
cutscenes.
Just think about how that's one less day of being able to play KOTOR. Just
Oh,
one less
man.
day of being able to play KOTOR
Sure
in the
wouldn't.
future because you didn't beat Majora's today.
Man, I sure wouldn't want to not play an old BioWare game. Nothing sounds more appealing than an old BioWare game. Fucking God. All right. So, the real question, we know what everyone's been playing, but the question everyone has on their mind, has anyone beaten a game this week? A4, since I know it's a yes.
Yeah, I beat. What did I fucking beat? I beat Blue Archive.
Okay.
What, are you just talking about doing your fucking taxes here? Like,
Yeah.
do we? That's a game now.
I beat the IRS. I cheated
I
them
beat
out of a lot of
TurboTax
money.
last year.
No. It's a gotcha game I've been playing on like for a year and a half, but I couldn't fucking beat it because they just put the final part of the story out like this past month. So I finally finished that. I also beat Myst, the original Myst,
Wow.
which is what I did last night. I was gonna say I played Myst, but then it's kind of redundant because I fucking finished it in one sitting.
Wow. Sounds hard.
Do you miss it?
Do you
Will
know
it
what game I'm talking about?
will it be missed?
Do you miss Mist?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Did
a
you
little
miss it
bit.
or did you hit it?
No, I got all the blue and red pages. It's all good.
Okay.
I saved Atris from the prison of Denis.
Denis Villeneuve, the director of Dune.
No,
And
Denis,
Prisoners.
the
It's
like
pretty good.
the
And,
age
Arrival.
that he was stuck in because of
Arrival's
his
really
treacherous
good.
sons, Akinar and Cirrus.
All I know
I
is that
understood all of that.
Have
Have you
Jason
never played
Momoa is treacherously bad in that
No,
movie.
I've seen the box.
Okay,
I
well-
own it on PlayStation. I didn't even open it. I just like bought it and was like, all right, for the pile.
It's old. It holds up kind of, but some of the puzzles are like really obtuse.
Is
in a
it
way
like
it's not fun?
Is it like old as in like
Speaking of
Treasure Island
obtuse,
old.
Ben Shapiro's sister.
yeah?
Am I right?
Speaking of
Sorry.
obtuse
not,
tits,
not to bring that back.
I know, man. Trust me. When I found out, I was like, holy shit! For like 3 days, I was like, damn. That's like all I could think
3
about.
days.
Yeah,
You set it as the wallpaper.
yeah. And then I was like, all right, I got to get over this shit.
Wait, so wait, hold on. You were asking me about like, is it old? What?
Is it old?
He's like Ben Shapiro, but I kind of want to fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no, I was like, is it old like pirate what is that game? Like Pirate Island or whatever the fuck?
What?
The one that
Monkey
me and-
Island?
Yeah, Monkey Island.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it's kind of well, yeah.
I hate it. I haven't even
It's not as
seen it.
funny as Monkey Island, so that's a negative against Myst, I guess.
I really did not like Monkey Island, dude.
I love Monkey Island. Monkey Island's great. You guys are fucking insane for not liking that game.
No.
If it isn't a pretty Patty 8 Cake says, if it isn't a big titty anime waifu simulator, did A4 really beat it? It is a big titty anime waifu simulator, and I did beat it. So
All right. Anything
What do you
else?
I think that's it.
All right. Joe, you? Nothing?
I did not beat anything.
I also did not beat anything.
Nothing.
So, the Nude Clan Hog for the hosts is as follows. A4, far and away the leader with 28 games beaten. Joe and Zach tied in second place with 11 games beaten. I am in last with 8 games beaten for the year.
Fucking,
So,
is that the least
it's
ever
probably the least
for
I've
any
ever
host?
done. Yeah, actually, it's probably the least for any host.
I don't know. I feel like Cam could beat that easily in terms of like.
I think
not
we've had
getting
some
it.
years where some of us had like 12.
Yeah, 12 is what comes to mind when I think of like the lowest. 11 or 12, one a month seems about minimal.
Yeah.
So, if I
Damn.
follow the aforementioned, not mentioned schedule, then maybe we'll be
Wait, can I count my wife as beat?
probably.
Jesus Christ. Schweiss, I'm sure people are asking about your house. You
Yeah.
want to give the update on that?
Yeah, it looks like you really updated the place. Got all
Yeah.
those monitors.
So I installed before I leave, I've installed a hacker's room. You can see behind me, I'm doing some hardcore hacking. We're getting into
Looks like the game Stray.
yeah. It also looks like the guy on the monitor is the dude sitting at the computer. He's got the same fucked up like banana on his head.
Yeah, it's like the Discord mascot. I forget what his fucking name is.
Oh, how could I forget the thing I never knew? I guess it does.
No,
because
because like when you go to like your DMs and if you go to like your friend request and there's no friend request, it like shows up like a little picture of him. And it's also like the default welcome sticker whenever someone joins your server.
Oh, okay.
All that
So-
being said, he's a fucking narcissist. Because like, could you imagine having like sitting at your computer and having your face on the monitor? That's stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
I just got like Wallpaper Engine running a bunch of anime titties in the background.
Yeah, so I installed the hacker's room that upped the value. So now tomorrow we are closing on the old house. So we're gonna close on selling this one, and we're gonna close on buying the new one. So we should get the keys to the new home after tomorrow, so Wednesday, because they're fucking stupid. And you don't get the keys until the next day if you do it afternoon. I don't know what kind of like old wives' tale bullshit that is, but I just bought the fucking thing. Why aren't you giving me the keys? So I'll be able to move in the next day. So Wednesday, I'll rent a big ass moving van, throw everything in my house into the van, drive it up there, and then keep doing it until it's all done. So,
Is it far away or like?
kinda. It's like 35 minutes away.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so it's a little brutal, but
You getting out of Provo?
out of Provo, yeah. Provo's
Nice.
not that big. I could walk. Well, actually, I couldn't do that, but if I was in shape, I could run.
Yeah. I don't walk.
Yeah.
Truth Leak says, get Cody to help.
I could walk, but I won't.
Yeah, but the walking's for the poor. No, so
How wide is Provo? That is my question. Provo.
it's probably longer than it's
Length.
wide.
That's what she said. Also, Truth Leak says you
I
don't want an
hope so.
A4 background, and I'm like, no. If I actively try to not look at myself as often as I can because that causes me to become violently angry because I hate looking at myself. So no, I do not want an A4 background
Man,
on my
that's
computer.
that's
Thank
the
you.
most relatable thing I've ever heard you say.
Dude. If anyone on this show is like the self-loathing king, it's me.
Is your absolute revulsion at your own face. That's like the
Yeah, I'm constantly in a state of wanting to kick my own ass like from 5 seconds ago.
yeah.
God, that fucking idiot! That he was fucking on To Catch a Predator.
Idiot,
This fucking
stupid,
joke
stupid.
sucks.
Then he hits himself in the head over and over again with a
Yeah.
hard object until someone tells him, asks him what game he played last week.
True enough.
So this Abigail Shapiro lady, her website bothers me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably more than Ben Shapiro himself bothers me. But
What's our fucking website?
I don't know.
hey there, I'm Abby. Okay. Hey there, I'm Abby. I'm a wife, mama, opera singer.
ClassicallyAbby.com.
ClassicallyAbby.com. I'm a wife, mama, opera singer, content creator. Now I hate her. And your guide to becoming the classic woman you've always wanted to be.
Classic woman
always-
is circled with like a red fucking marker.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Yeah, this
Now
just
here's
looks
the
like
deal. I am surrounded by polygamists, and this is what that feels like. Like I've been hearing that, and I'm like, ugh. Rediscovering womanhood and femininity in today's day and age is my ultimate vision, my ultimate mission. Motherhood, homemaking, constantly improving and becoming the best version of you. That's what I think being classic is all about. Welcome to the classic crew, and together, let's be classic. Hate it. Hate that intro so deeply. But
this looks like
you know,
this
you
looks
do
like
you. I will enjoy this from far away.
This looks like a Better Homes and Gardens fucking website. Also, there's like
There's a Better Homes and Gardens, but there's like a disturbing conservatism to it.
Like Stepford Wives.
Yeah, like the Stepford Wives thing. Or like, you know, there's that lady on YouTube I ran across or heard about her, I don't remember, like years ago. That was like the 1950s lady. Like everything had to be from the 1950s.
No, that sounds
and like
hot.
she would dress up like she was from the 1950s. And then she wanted her like household to be with all that, I guess that classic. I don't know if it ever actually existed, but like that classic ideal of like the family structure of the 1950s. Yeah. Which again, probably didn't actually ever exist in the way that people romanticize it ever. Because if you listen to your grandparents talk, it doesn't sound like that shit at all. My fucking grandmother was a whore and a horrible human being. And they drank a lot. And I like, what are you talking about? Like classic 1950s bullshit. Anyway. All right.
There's also an embed at the bottom of her page that has all her Instagram stuff. And it has such things as rough mom days, that mama know-how, story time, it's okay for your body to change. What men don't want. What men don't want is you talking. Shut up and get with the gams, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
What? I'm not wrong.
All right.
I'm going to put a fucking poll in the chat. Everyone who wants Abigail Shapiro to shut up and fucking whip out them fucking udders.
That's probably, yeah.
How do you,
maybe not. I mean, anybody who calls himself a content creator, I just can't. It's over.
Come on, we're content creators, Joe.
No, we are creating content, but we are not content creators. We are podcasters. I am a filmmaker. I'm not a fucking content creator. I'm not just You might as well say like shit shoveler. Like you don't. Oh no, you're not a coal miner. Like you're not shoveling something specific. You're a shit shoveler. That's it. You just
coal
shovel
mining
shit.
Is shoveling ancient shit, right? Isn't coal like compressed? Like
the fuck are you talking about?
It's like dino shit, right? Isn't that right? Coal's
actually,
it's a lot of things.
See, yeah, so
it's
you are
not just
in a
one
way
thing.
They are a shit shoveler. Now, maybe that's just like a side
organic
gig.
Matter.
Maybe
I'm
that's
sorry.
just part of what they do. But they do.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes they're shoveling shit.
I'm sorry. Hot Sauce Hefe said A4 hypnotized one woman into fucking him and tells people, I know chicks.
Let's get Hot Sauce Hefe on the show. They sound like they know what they're talking about.
You sound like the new fourth
Thank
mic of the
God.
show.
Yeah.
I need someone to balance this fucking alt-right podcast whenever Zach's not here.
Can you beat Majora's Mask in about a day?
Zach agrees with me on most of my objectively correct alt-right.
You say when someone is silent that they agree with you, A4. That's what I hear all the time. You're like, I'll see it in the fucking chats on Discord. Like someone will be like, oh, A4 this week, what a dick. And then you'll be like, well, Schweiss agrees with me. It's like, oh, Schweiss was just silent. Schweiss just went to take a piss while you were talking. And you're saying that he agrees with you.
He was peeing the word yes in the toilet bowl. He was agreeing with me.
Yeah, I could hear it based on the splash pattern.
He was peeing yes in Morse code.
Yeah, okay, all right, I'm sorry. This podcast goes a lot deeper than I had expected from either of you, but
look, because white straight men are the most what's the word? We're the most oppressed people on earth. We have to use subtle means of communication. So Schweiss is not allowed to agree with my alt-right musings, except if he pees in Morse code off camera, then he's safely able to do it without them coming to take his house away.
Yeah, and by them we mean one person, if you know what we're saying. It sounds like a group, a cadre, but it's just one person.
I'm sorry. Sauce Cafe said, "Silence is consent," quoting me.
It's not a no, so I understand.
If she didn't want to get fucked, she would have said something.
I think what pisses me off the most is that, and this has happened before. It hasn't happened for a while because I think our audience has just been filtered out. But when Schweiss will say something horrible, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, that one time Joe said this thing," and I'll be like, "That wasn't even fucking me."
Yeah.
No, so I just know, just by being on this fucking show with you, A4, they're gonna be like, "Hey, do you remember Joe when he made all those horrible, atrocious things about women?
No,
you remember
Joe,
when he said all those things?" You'll be like, "No, it wasn't me. It was fucking A4."
No, Joe, you're playing into the classic liberal stereotype where you think you're being virtuous, and that blinds you to your own bigotry and homophobia.
Virtuous?
And misogyny.
No, I'm purposefully tearing you down right now. I'm not being virtuous.
No. What I'm saying is that you act.
I'm quite aware of what I'm doing.
You act high and mighty, which blinds yourself into your own.
Oh my god.
Racism, inherent racism, and homophobia, and misogyny, all that stuff. Which is why people say you say those things. I'm being real. You're the one hiding behind a mask. Okay.
It's just a cutout of A4's face. See, it was A4 all along. I told you.
This show's going to get so wild.
And I like anime.
Why do I sound like Kermit the Frog?
Why do you sound like Kermit the Frog? I don't know, man.
You know,
you never say man. That's a me thing. Whoops.
See, the mask is slipping.
It was a terrible impersonation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, no, this podcast is going to be really wild when everyone finds out that I'm actually just AI generated and I never existed.
Yeah. Silent Hill Revelation is a 2012 supernatural horror film written and directed by MJ Bassett and commented upon throughout the entire movie by a drunk Drew Daybell from the Godzilla podcast. It's based upon the video game series Silent Hill, published by Konami. No, hey, Drew, I know you listen to this thing. We will talk about the experience.
To be fair, it is a very commentable movie because I have seen this before.
I have not.
It is the second installment in the Silent Hill film series, which of course consists of 2 films. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Yeah, this one ended it, just in case you were wondering.
They are making another Silent Hill movie right now. So they started shooting it in April.
I didn't finish that non sequitur earlier. It is very commentable. I saw this movie before on Discord. We were all tearing it the fuck apart live. So, Drew, you're totally justified.
Yeah.
It stars what's her face now? I'm just gonna screw up the joke. Never mind. It stars Adelaide Clemens and Kit Harrington. Kit Harrington in constant question eyebrows mode. His eyebrows always.
I'd be wondering what the fuck's going on.
Like
too.
He's confused. Well, he knows what the fuck's going on because his mother's part of the order.
What happened to this world?
I think he's just confused because he's trying to make sure that his American accent is the most convincing thing in this movie, which it is, by the way.
Yeah, she looks like she's from like high school, man, like 2007, 2008. And he just looks confused, and Sean Bean just looks like Sean Bean. So, and the world looks like shit. Like compared to the first movie, I thought the aesthetics in the first movie were like really good. And here it looks like dog shit, dude. It's like such terrible green screen. Like none of it's filmed live. No one was in the same room. It's like, what was there COVID in 2012 as well? Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
no one's near each other.
I was about to
all.
say the same thing. It feels like a COVID movie without a COVID event actually happening on.
It was like West Nile virus fucking movie.
No, I'm wondering how much of this has to do with the fact that I'm pretty sure Davis Films, which I guess is like one of the production companies that worked on this movie, was also the people who work on all the Resident Evil movies. So
oh my god, yeah. Best known for producing Resident Evil and Silent Hill film series. Oh my god, Davis Hill Films. What the fuck? Do you have no pride in your work?
If this was around the 4th and 5th Resident Evil movies, then that makes a lot of sense that it looks like it's all green screen because So do those fucking movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I could totally tell there's only one Mila Jovovich. This thing sucks. They green screen the rest of her.
But it's like it was like this weird era where like the green screen wasn't even like convincing, but the technology was there to make it so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bizarre.
Adelaide
like
Clemens. Adelaide Clemens plays the lead. She looks exactly like a young Michelle Williams, which is fucking nuts.
What, the tennis player?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I was literally going to make the same joke, but Schweiss beat me to it.
Because I don't think so.
Am I getting the wrong name? No, it is Michelle Williams, the actress.
Oh, I don't know. I only
What
know,
has she been in?
I only know women's tennis.
Blue Valentine, The Fablemans, Venom, Dawson's Creek for years.
She's in Venom?
She's the Greatest Showman. She's the wife. She's the blonde.
I'm
wife
straight. I haven't
in
seen
Greatest
that movie.
Showman.
I haven't seen that either.
She's in Shutter Island.
Greatest
She's in My Week with Marilyn. She plays Marilyn Monroe in My Week with Marilyn. Manchester by the Sea. She plays the ex-wife. She's in a lot of shit.
That I haven't seen. So
She's got quite a range because like sometimes she plays like commercial crap like Greatest Showman, and then sometimes she's in like the art house film, like really tearing it up. So she's really good. But yeah, Adelaide Clemens looks so like creepily like her, at least in this movie. So
Yeah, I could see that.
that was what I initially noticed. I was like, "Is that Michelle Williams? She looks really different." And then no, it wasn't. But
because her
Yeah,
design in this movie is very clearly based on Heather from Silent Hill 3, which is weird because this movie is also a direct sequel to the first one, which wasn't really tied to any particular game's story. They
Yeah.
were clearly trying to go Silent Hill 3 with this one.
Yeah, that's true, because she does kind of look like the girl from that game I haven't played.
No, I mean it's like exact. It's the outfit, and her name is Heather, and she meets up with the detective, and there's the bunny and the amusement park and all that shit.
I don't remember a bunny.
The bunny is like the most iconic thing of Silent Hill 3.
No, I mean
at
the
least this
movie.
movie seems to fucking think so.
I don't have vague memories of a bunny in this movie. I was pretty drunk.
It's
man.
all over it's a pink bunny. It's all over the fucking place. It's in the beginning of the movie. There's a weird old guy on the bus playing with a plushie of it later.
Look, I was really drunk for the whole thing. Like, I didn't sober up until much, much later.
how was the drive home with Drew? By the way, after that,
It was all right. I mean, he's really talkative,
Okay.
so that was fine.
Did he
Oh,
play
so
Ghost
that-
for you?
No, he didn't. I didn't get. I remember staying awake the whole time, so I assume not.
Because all I remember is that he like I guess he played like the one album for Joe at some
Yeah,
point during a road trip.
he played like half of it, I think.
I'm still telling you, like it's some kind of government psyop thing, and like everyone else, it's like the Matrix. Like Joe and I know that we're in the Matrix, but everyone else just doesn't know. And like we're starting to like figure it out. Like we see more glitches.
We gotta unplug.
Yeah,
It's like people actually enjoy this.
yeah. Are
That's
you
impossible.
sure? How? Like, you got to be kidding me. Genre
Gonna hear
defining.
this
It's
from
not
people
even.
who
There's
unironically enjoy Godsmack like as not
Alright.
a joke or corn.
So THX 1138, which is like George Lucas's first film, there is a part of that movie where like people live in this like perfect commune for whatever, like their happiness or whatever. And everybody's like shaved bald, everybody wears white, and they just like go about their day, and it's like Plato's allegory of the cave, because like one person realizes he's part of a bigger structure. But one of the things they do is they just like randomly have this system where they just like they have like this human need to shop for things, and so they just like buy these like cube things, like these weird like just cubes, like made of wood.
They're called Funko
And
Pops.
they just buy them, and then they return them because they just needed that like feeling of buying things. And that's kind of what I was reminded of, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, if it was a Funko Pop,
Silent Hill, or-
they'd put it on a shelf with the 7,000 other cubes. No, with Ghost,
So it's
you know.
yeah, with ghosts. So it's like this is music, like a computer or like some like some government thing is like brainwashing people into like this is music.
Yeah, this is some MK Ultra
like,
shit, dude.
I enjoy this, you know. But you don't. You just have a need to listen to music, and this is like the shit they pump out. So this is what you take. So
Yeah.
I'm
now it's
happy
like
to announce
my
that
need
there
to
are
shop. I go buy it. I buy it just a fucking cube for no reason, and then return it later.
I'm happy to announce that there are multiple Papa Emeritus Funko Pops. So don't you worry.
And like the name, it's just all like, oh, dude, it's just so dumb. Like it's bad music, and it's all the aesthetic is like just. It's just fucking stupid.
Cool as
I don't
shit.
know.
I know, dude. It's awesome.
Oh my god! And it sounds like Scooby Doo.
Dude, I would live in a Spirit Halloween if I could.
Yeah, but this is like
If anybody's
gay,
playing the
though.
Nude
It's not
Clan,
like
if anyone's
spooky.
if anyone's playing the Nude Clan drinking game of how many times we bring up Ghost,
Yeah.
and how much
Well, no,
we
there's
hate
like
it.
multiple things on the drinking game. It's every time we bring up Conan Exiles or Ghost or A4 says something inflammatory or Joe says something inflammatory, but he didn't mean to.
No wonder the downloads keep going down. Everyone's drinking themselves to death.
Our audience is just killing themselves.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, the last week's episode had 3 downloads. What the fuck?
I have that effect on people, and I'm not sure why.
It was us 3. Zach doesn't even listen. Yeah.
People hear my voice and they just... Anyway, Silent Hill Revelations 3D, which
Yeah.
we did not watch in 3D,
No, I don't think so.
is loosely based on Silent Hill 3,
Not
even though it's
me.
a direct sequel to Silent Hill, the movie, which is kind of based on Silent Hill 1, but not really.
A little, yeah.
And both movies have Pyramid Head, which is really only applicable to Silent Hill 2. Same with the sexy nurses, which are also in this movie for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Except that, it's a thing that people will recognize from Silent Hill, I guess.
Yeah.
Are they actually called sexy nurses in the game?
They might be,
No.
because they moan in this movie, which is like,
Okay, because Drew called them sexy nurses, and I was like, is that your opinion? Or is that actually
Or is
what
this
they're supposed to be
canon?
called?
Yeah,
well, they
is this
have
canon?
nice tits, but like the whole point is that they're based on the main character of Silent Hill 2's psychology and that he's like seeing women as objects. That's why their faces are all fucked up, but they still have nice bodies.
Oh, isn't that just how you see them in real life?
Well, yeah, obviously. I guess they're just called nurses, but I mean,
They all had Jessica Alba's face in this movie to me. I just kind of...
yeah.
Yeah. Not like current Jessica Alba. I have no idea what she looks like now, but I don't remember.
She looks worse. She looks like Pyramid Head.
Oh. Well, now it's ruined. Anyway.
Hot Sauce Hefe says bobblehead nurses. I do believe that is like how the fans refer to those.
Oh, bobblehead nurse. Okay, because it was like sexy nurses, and I'm like, I don't know about the rotting flesh face, guys.
Look, man, I don't know. I was like,
That's just not my thing.
I was like watching this while I was drawing something, so like I would occasionally look down to draw stuff, and I would just hear from them like, and again, that fits with them, but like,
Yeah, I wasn't
they're not,
ready for that.
but they're not part of this story. So like, I get why they're doing that in the context of Silent Hill 2, but not this movie. Except for
I thought that was like part of like one of 3 effective scenes in this movie. Okay, so this movie is all about a character who doesn't know where she is. We don't know who the fuck she is, and she's going and she's trying to find answers, and that's it. Like
Well,
that's
we don't
the
know
movie.
the questions either.
Yeah, but we don't understand the questions because we don't understand the context. Now, I would like to say I was buzzed. I was drunk, but I was getting more sober than Schweiss was after Oktoberfest because I only had 2 steins full of beer. But it was still difficult for me to comprehend. I will say I never watched the first film. So it was also like, okay, I guess Sean Bean was in the first film a lot. And now he's just kind of like the dad that's missing.
Yeah.
He's the dad that like. Okay, so there's that part in the beginning of the movie where he talks to the photo of his dead wife, so you know that it's his dead wife, as opposed to just showing us. He has to go, Rose, I miss you, blah blah blah, and then she's in like the mirror. That's the chick from the first movie.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
Yeah,
I think
so
True
you
might have
didn't-
just told me, but yeah, I
you
got that.
didn't miss anything. Don't worry.
and then I think the rest of the time it was like there was just exposition dumps with characters that are like brought up. When I like Carrie Ann Moss comes out like midway through this film, and I'm like, okay, there she is. Like, I don't know what's happening in this movie.
What about Malcolm
It's
McDowell
boring
showing up
and no one
for
cares. Oh yeah,
no
Malcolm
fucking
McDowell. Schweiss was fucking in the bathroom when Malcolm McDowell came out. I'm like, Schweiss, you missed the fucking scene with Malcolm McDowell.
The one scene he's in where he is just having the time of his life.
Oh yeah, Malcolm McHamill came out and really just swapped the floor with his ham. Malcolm McDowell just randomly showing up was kind of a treat. That was nice.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Violence.
And then saw it again. And I was like, oh, I forgot he's in this fucking movie for no reason. Because then he turns into a fucking weird, roided out, like, fucking weird face monster. So there's no need to have
not
him
just
anymore.
Malcolm McDowell.
Well, I mean, clearly it's like, well, we don't need him anymore.
Now for
we
my
can stop
ultimate
paying
form.
him. We just got a guy in a shitty rubber mask. It looks like the guy from Splatterhouse, which is a different horror video game franchise, but whatever.
If you thought he was a weird face monster before, just you wait
Yeah.
till the CGI version of him comes popping out. This movie is aggressive CGI.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts to look
No,
at. It has aged very poorly.
No, I think that
it was probably bad then.
I think that puppet, the marionette mannequin fucking monster, was like totally practical effects. It wasn't at all jarring every single time it showed up.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was one of the cooler ones.
I mean, it's an effective design to be sure, and that might actually be original to this movie. But
I thought because there's like a snowy street in this movie that they keep on returning to. I assume it's the Silent Hill.
yeah, that's like the aesthetic of the first movie. And it's ash, it's not snow. Get it right.
And they just walk through this street. By the way, outside of one practical wall that I saw in one of the shots where I'm like, that's not CGI. And I could tell with the camera move that that's not CGI, but the bucket next to the wall is CGI in this shot. And then the church in the background is also CGI in this shot. It was... aggressive green screen. Like, you could see the matting around like their hair, like around their like shirt where there would normally be a hard line. Like, it's all. I mean, it looks like DVD, like old DVD commentary where the actor's talking and they put like some shit behind
like
him. Kind of like what
looks like right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're telling me
exactly
this
what it looks
hacker's
like.
den isn't legit? The guy's even got my hairline. Look at him back there.
Maybe you could
something
go
odd
back there
about
and
the
hack your
lighting
fucking
and-
camera to be more than like 144p.
Anyway, it kind of hurts to look at, especially everything in that scene. And honestly, or like when the building's burning, or there's like flames around our lead actress.
Yeah,
and she's just like wildly like moving around, and it's like it feels like, oh yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. She is an actress on a green floor, and a green wall is behind her, and then the director's going like, "Pretend you're on fire."
Pretend you're on
she's, like,
fire and a
waving around,
merry-go-round
and
with a bunch of
We'll
weird
add
gimp people.
We'll add everything else in post. Honestly, Ant-Man 3 pretty much looks like this movie, though. So if you want to see what a modern version of this bullshit is, just watch Michelle Pfeiffer take on like 12 aliens, and you'll kind of get a sense of it. Michelle Pfeiffer in Ant-Man 3 will punch towards the corner of a screen, and then they'll cut away to some CGI bullshit of like a bunch of guys like flying away. Like a fucking 70-year-old Michelle Pfeiffer is going to take on a bunch of fucking aliens with her just like strength. What? What the fuck are you talking about?
You can argue that it looks as good as most modern superhero movies from either DC or Marvel. Did you like that fake out at the beginning though, where she woke up from a nightmare and she was still in a nightmare? It was like a double nightmare.
Yeah, that's always the best.
Double nightmare all the way across the sky.
She like wakes up from being on fire on the fucking GIMP merry-go-round, and then Sean Bean comes in. He's like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Just promise me you won't go to Silent Hill." And then he gets his head cut off, and she wakes up again. And I'm like, I don't think that's possible to have the double nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, the old joke is that Sean Bean dies in every movie, and it's like in his contract he needs to die somehow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he probably has that written in there, and he sues. He sues when he survives.
It's in his rider.
But yeah, I think there was one kind of effective moment, which was scene where she's in the street and everybody's like looking at her through the windows. That was kind of effective.
Oh,
There's another scene where she's in the mannequin room, which is definitely a send up to one of Kubrick's early films that I'm forgetting right now. The Killing. No, Killer's Kiss, not The Killing. The Killing is a good movie.
Yeah,
Killer's
Kiss is not.
Killer's Kiss is one good scene is in a mannequin room.
I do remember that scene.
But now this has a mannequin monster in it, which was a really, I guess, an interesting twist. The mannequin monster was legitimately like pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. It got CGI and bullshit with the eyes, and that's probably the part where you're talking about earlier, A4, where it's like definitely the 3D shit. Because now I'm thinking back to it, I'm remembering like odd close-ups of like the faces from the mannequin,
where it's holding
like,
the faces up to the fucking camera. Yeah,
but I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool part.
I like the design of it. It was pretty creepy when that like naked woman on the table got turned into a mannequin like live in HD in front of her eyes. And then there's like another woman right behind it. It's like in a spider's web made of saran wrap or some shit.
No, those are the worst. Saran spiders.
Yeah.
You cannot get away, dude.
Yeah.
Because like the mannequin monster kind of has like a spider-like design to it. And it's like physiology.
The woman that goes with her in that part was one of the worst acting moments I've ever seen, where it's like you're being chased by a spider, you're moving at like half a mile an hour, and you're like barely afraid. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of actors on green screen and they have nothing to act against, and so that's the kind of performances you get when you do that.
And it's also funny because like Silent Hill is known for being a series where like all the scares and all the weird fucked up shit is like specifically tied to the psychology of the person that's like the main character visiting Silent Hill. But then this movie, it's just like we just have random fucked up shit for the sake of having fucked up shit. Like when she's in the mall and she like goes in the one back room and there's just a guy like chopping a fucking chunk of this guy's stomach off, and he's like hanging upside down with like a plastic bag on his head.
Yeah, that was
and
gross.
It's like, what does this have to do with literally anything other than I guess it's scary?
I will say the other scene that I thought was effective, and then after the scene ended, I was like, isn't that the end of the movie? Like, why are we still going? Was the quote unquote sexy nurse scene, because there was like tension there where they're like, oh, if I move, the nurses move. Like that was pretty effective. And Kit Harrington just looking around like questioningly. I will say though, when the characters was like getting really like fussy with like moving shit around in order to get him untied from the table, I was like, hold on, pause for a second, look, see how to untie him first, and then go for it. Like, that they move every time.
It's
that you
horror
move.
movie logic. It's literally like,
no, but that would have no, because I disagree. That would have been a good character moment. Like she's still going to try to untie him, but she's going to be like, "Oh, I have to do it smart."
You're implying
in order to
she
get out
has
of
a
this
character.
situation.
Like,
all right, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, like literally, the climax of this movie, she's fighting herself in like Spirit Halloween ghoul makeup, where they like put a little black spot on her nose, like she's dressed up like a cat. And then she just wins, I guess. They both get engulfed in flames, and she just kind of wins.
And then she gets her dad, Sean Bean.
Yeah,
he's out there just hanging in an S&M club, just waiting on his daughter.
I do a fucking statue of a giant buff man.
It took me like 12 years to realize that was Carrie Ann Moss in fucking white makeup. I was like, hold on, is that Trinity? What the fuck? Like, It was just like, I feel like I know this person, but I don't know this person. There was a moment there. I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Carrie Ann Moss.
Then they have Pyramid Head come down because I guess it's Alessa's guardian, and he fights a Cenobite, and then cuts the Cenobite's head off.
Hey man, we do this podcast in English. You're gonna have
the things from Hellraiser.
Okay.
Have you never seen Hellraiser?
No, I've never seen Hellraiser. I probably should, huh?
You should. It's cool.
But yeah, we watched it drunk. Drew, and this is not the first time. It's not because Drew was drunk, because he does this. If Drew does not like a movie, and I've done the Godzilla podcast with him, and there's been a good handful of movies where they've been like immediately awful, and have continued to be awful. If Drew doesn't like a movie, he will just have his whole commentary track through the whole movie to get him through the movie. Because, like, that's all he can do. But I'm, like, trying to sit there. I'm like, I have to review this later, Drew. I'm literally trying to listen to the movie at the same time. And I'm like, I'm not sure.
You know.
He said it wasn't. He said he wasn't drunk, but I think it was drunk.
Little did you know the plot didn't matter in any way whatsoever.
No, it was awful. And I was like, well, I agree with you, Drew. Like, this is shit, and we should just be ripping this thing
where we get like
the whole time.
We get the reveal that Kid Harrington is like part of the evil faction, like 30 minutes into the fucking movie.
Yeah, we knew for a long.
I guess that's a twist.
Part of the order.
Yeah. Then he reveals his sick fucking tattoo made of knife cuts. So I guess it's not a tattoo. I guess it's just a giant scar.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts on this thing? It was pretty bad. It was pretty dull, confusing.
It just sucks.
Terribly made.
The first Silent Hill, despite not really having a lot in common with like its source material, is like it was like the high watermark for video game movies for a while.
Yeah.
Before
critically, I don't think it is, but like when I watched it, I actually was like, that wasn't really all that bad. I mean, I might have been drinking for that one too, though. I mean, there's a pretty good chance of that. But
it might have been because I saw it when I was like 16, so maybe it's rose-tinted glasses. But I remember really liking it initially as a teen and like thinking, damn, that was like a halfway decent video game movie. The fans fucking hated it, but Silent Hill fans are literally unpleasable, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't even know who they are, so you know.
Well. Yeah, they just pretend they like it.
Just people who like to buy $300 PS2 games, apparently.
Yeah, I was going to say, they can't afford to fucking play it because it's fucking $300.
Yeah. So they just love the first movie. Or no, they hate
but
the
it has
movie.
like a good... The first movie has a good like vibe to it. Like Hot Sauce Hefe is saying it looks good and mostly makes sense. And like, yeah, it's kind of all you
really
need.
Good, yeah. I thought it looked awesome, but...
Well, it's kind of the same thing with like Resident Evil 1, like, or maybe even Resident Evil, whatever the second one is. Where like it's got the vibe down. The story doesn't make a lot of sense in the context of its like source material, but like as a self-contained like thing based on another thing, it works.
Oh, that's for you.
What? What do you want?
You're like you said with the first Resident Evil. Oh, maybe it was the second one. I don't remember what it's called. I just said 2.
Oh, because they all have like it's like Afterlife, Apocalypse, Extinction, Retribution.
Oh, the movies. Okay,
no, not the fucking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Resident Evil 2, which is based on itself.
The second Resident Evil. Oh man, that's funny. That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
I don't know. I laughed.
It's like the earlier Paul W. S. Anderson Resident Evil movies where they don't really tie into the source material all that often, but like the vibe is still there.
Yeah,
that's why I feel with the first Silent Hill movie. This one is clearly trying to do a Silent Hill 3 thing, and I don't know, something about like when they modernized it, because this is like a weird sequel that came out like more than half a decade after the first one. It's like, who was asking for a sequel to Silent Hill now? Like, if it was 2008, maybe, sure, but 2012, like, no one wanted this, and now they're making another one about a decade later. So who the fuck knows anymore?
Do you think this one's going to be Silent Hill 2?
I mean, that is technically ground they haven't covered in these movies. I mean, they technically have with Pyramid Head and the nurses, but those are just the mascots of Silent Hill now, even though they're specifically tied to James Sunderland. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be Silent Hill 2. I mean, Silent Hill 2 is getting a remake soon by Bloober Team, the guys that made Layers of Fear and Observer, which is really good, and that Blair Witch game that's kind of terrible. But I don't think that Silent Hill 2 remake is going to be what people want. So who knows? Maybe they'll do it to tie in with.
In the Blair Witch video game, did they like? Does it utilize the documentary camera look? I'm curious.
Very, very, very briefly. It's mostly used to solve.
Like that's the whole fucking movie. It's not like
I know. I'm aware. You should just look up like a review sometime of the. You should look up a review sometime of the Blair Witch Bloober Team game. It's really odd. It's easily.
I don't like the word blooper. I don't like.
That's the name of their fucking company. I don't know, man, but like
I don't like it. That
they made a terrible
that name
Blair Witch
sits
game.
Gross.
They made a terrible Blair Witch game. They made Layers of Fear 1 and 2, which are pretty decent horror walking simulators. And then they also made Observer, which is like if Blade Runner was a fucking horror movie. They even got Rutger Hauer to be a voice in it. So that was fucking cool. Yeah.
But did they get Blade Runner to be a good movie? That's the question.
I like Observer, but I played it years ago and I haven't touched it since. So
How fucking dare you?
Dude, there's like 40 cuts to that movie. Come on, you cannot tell me that it's not a mess.
Oh my god. No. Oh my god.
Next he's going to tell us that 2049 is better than the original.
I actually kind of
As long as it doesn't have the voiceover, I do think the second one's better as well. But that doesn't make the first one not amazing. I love that movie. It's so good. It did take me 3 tries to get through it. I fell asleep the first 2 times I watched Blade Runner. But then after I did, I was like, oh no, that was amazing. I just had to have the patience for it, I think, and have had sufficient sleep the night before. That was important.
There's also that Blade Runner point and click adventure game from the 90s that's supposed to be pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. Doubt it.
I throw that out there.
How many cuts did it have? Did it have a director's cut, a writer's cut, a fucking director's cousin's cut?
They only had 1 cut, but it is randomized, so like whoever's like a replicant is different every single time you play the game. So that's cool.
Yeah. Well, he definitely wasn't a replicant, and I didn't think he was after watching the first movie at all. So I was like, he's human. So what are we doing here? And then the second movie comes out, and I was like, oh, see, told you he's fucking human. Well, I guess the replicants get old, but I don't know. No one could be as old as Harrison Ford. No robot could live as long as Harrison Ford. Right? He hates his movies so much that he would have never done a second one if he was a robot in the first one. Because there's one thing I know about Harrison Ford is he absolutely hates his job.
That'll be cool when Harrison Ford shows up as like a random monster in this 3rd Silent Hill movie that's coming out next year, I guess.
Yeah. And he'll hate it too.
So guess what the next movie is?
Resident Evil Final Chapter.
Need for Speed.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know anything about that movie.
Starring Aaron Paul.
Oh, is it really?
I remember it coming out.
I remember it coming out. I don't remember anyone talking about it, but
I mean, it depends on if Five Nights at Freddy's comes out first. But that's also pretty soon because that'll be in the movie theater.
Yeah, it's in
which the trailer looks good.
I'm excited.
Can't wait for it to disappoint me like every other video game movie I've ever seen.
I am genuinely shocked at how excited I am for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie because, like, Five Nights at Freddy's kind of became like a kid thing over the course of its existence. But like, I was there when the first one came out, and I really liked it. I liked the idea of killer animatronics. No, but like, it's the thing where like I remember being on like Tumblr and being like, oh, there's this creepy new game called Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was like, oh, I'll check this out. Killer animatronics sounds interesting. And I remember being legitimately freaked out on like night 1. I remember it was like right when I first started dating my wife. But I played night 1 where like nothing fucking happens, and I'm like, I can't fucking play this right now. So I'm like genuinely excited for that fucking Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I hope it doesn't suck, and it's got the guy who created it as like, you know, writing the story or whatever. But it will remain to be seen, I guess, because that movie's been in development hell for the better part of a decade. So
that's a good sign.
I can't imagine. Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Hot
Sauce Hefe is asking if we're going to do the Twisted Metal TV show.
Hell no.
It's TV show, so I feel like that's
we did The Witcher.
Optional.
We did The Witcher.
Did you do Castlevania?
We did Castlevania. That was like an hour. Plus, honestly, like it's some of season 2. One episode of season 2 is good. The rest of it is like
it's the one where they fight Dracula. And the rest of it sucks.
Yeah. So fuck that.
Yeah.
But
I also have no interest in watching Twisted Metal, to be honest. I hope Paul Rudd does good. I think he's Sweet Tooth.
Paul Rudd is Sweet Tooth, huh?
Apparently, in fucking.
All right.
Or do I know? Paul Rudd is The guy from Arrested Development, right?
No.
Who's the guy from Arrested Development?
Paul Rudd.
No, I think it's Will
Rudd's in,
Arnett.
like,
No,
Rodeo-
I'm sorry. I
It's
mixed up
Ant-Man.
Paul. Yeah, no, I mixed Paul Rudd up with Will Arnett. I think Will Arnett is Sweet Tooth.
Oh, I could believe
Will
that. Will
Yeah.
Arnett, yeah. I was gonna say Paul
So
Rudd's
just
not old enough.
imagine Joe.
It's like Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd can't save a movie. I promise. I like Paul Rudd, but Ant-Man 3 is still awful. Still one of the worst movies I've ever paid a ticket for.
I don't even think I saw Ant-Man 2.
Why did you go to that? You don't like Marvel movies.
Oh, because my girlfriend wanted to go to that one.
Oh.
She's asleep now.
I was going to say, people aren't seeing Joe
I
looking
hear this.
over spitefully off screen.
Gross. Yeah, those I haven't.
And I often bring it up as a terrible movie, and then she like gives me a look. And I go, yeah.
I thought
was
she
close to watch
liked
that movie,
movies.
too.
Why would she take you to that? Why would she make you go to that?
She does like movies.
Look, women don't have good taste in movies. My wife dragged me to go see that live action Beauty and the Beast, and it was not good. But I went to see it because I love her.
My girlfriend also liked that Super Mario Bros. Movie, and only pieces
And
of
she was
shit
correct.
like that.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. The kids liked it.
also, my fucking
No, it was all right.
to make up for it, my wife was the one who made me aware that Distant Worlds is coming to DC in March, so I'm definitely going to that.
Yeah, that was fun. The two times.
Well, I've wanted to go to Distant Worlds since I fucking heard your guys' episode on it on UFF. So now that it's coming back around,
I mean,
I'm like, we're going.
It's a good thing you don't live near all the populated cities on the East Coast.
Yeah.
The only one they're coming to is DC. I don't know, man. I don't control their tour schedule
Why not?
because I'm not Arnie Roth or whoever that guy's name is, the conductor.
It's Arnie Roth. That's his name.
Yep,
I can tell him to come to Philly for you.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him on speed dial.
Yeah, man.
We just
Tell
chit
him-
chat
tell
about
him-
like which ones should be in Distant World 7.
Yeah, it's like I swear to
tell
God, if
him
you
to-
put Rabinaster in there again, I'm gonna fucking kick you in the teeth. Like you
Tell him
got,
to fucking make sure that the one we're going to, that Susan Calloway comes out and sings Distant World, because I will cry.
yeah, that's a great song.
Yes, it is.
Just tell her to stop making more for 14, and we'll be good. Because they just get worse. Like
They do. Like,
no
yeah, they
offense,
just
but
like.
shit, man. Like,
Oh,
and the first one,
Each
like,
one gets a
Isn't
little
it more
worse.
Nobuo Uematsu's fault than hers?
I don't know.
Well, he made the first 4 or 3, and now it's Soken making the rest.
the main themes.
Yeah.
I could believe it. The like mumble rock main one for like Endwalker.
I got a 14 song in my Spotify recommended last week. It was called like Long Fall or something.
Never heard of it.
I don't know.
Sure.
It was good. I
yeah,
liked it.
out of the thousands of tracks, I should just be able to place that one.
Look, I don't know, man. My sister
Yeah.
knew what it was, but she plays 14 religiously, so
I mean, I'm sure I'd be able to recognize it when it starts playing. I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, that song. That's what it'll be. It won't be anything else.
And then he'll
I
forget
wouldn't
it
be able to
again.
hum it to you beforehand.
Or after.
The only one I can remember right now is Yahoo!
Yeah, the Cranberries rip off.
the Yahoo jingle.
Yahoo! Yeah, that one. The yodeling.
Yeah,
That song.
it's a
Yeah.
good one. I'm gonna be honest.
So yeah, how was your weekend, guys?
It was good.
You know. I was drunk for a lot.
I was also
Yeah.
drunk a lot.
Where
Where did you drink?
where'd you
home.
drink?
Like a responsible adult.
I don't know. Did you
Oh,
have any
God.
bratwurst?
What do you think? I go out and drink socially? You know the things that come out of my mouth when I'm sober? I'll be fucking hung in the town square if I drink in public.
Yeah.
That's the only place you're hung.
Hey, buddy. I'll have you know.
Hey!
I'll have you know. I am rocking a solid 2 inches. All right.
Yeah. Well,
And those inches matter. Okay. You guys with your fucking 8-inch cocks.
Do
all
you
right?
count
All
it-
that is wasted calories. You ain't even
Do you
getting the
count
whole
it
thing in
like?
there.
Do you count like negative, like before it hits the belly button, or are you like after?
I measure from the taints. So
The Adam Carolla cock measurement.
Yeah, it's kind of like an innie.
From
basically.
the taint to 1 inch past the tip. Whatever the fuck he said.
It's center of the asshole twice around the balls. And
and you better believe that my balls look like 2 raisinets.
that's how you measure your cock.
Getting
Oh my
candy.
god.
My cock is about a pack of Smarties in both length and girth.
Yeah, so Schweiss and I actually hung out in a non-Nude Clan fashion, which was
that to watch this
interesting.
shitty movie?
That was. Oh wait, then we actually did do a Nude Clan thing. I guess I'll take that all back. It was all planned beforehand, but I came up with my girlfriend and we went to Oktoberfest. Drew also came along, and we had a good time at Oktoberfest, and we all got very drunk. Except for my girlfriend, who said that she doesn't get drunk. It takes a lot to get her drunk, as I found out the next fucking day. Yesterday, by the way. And then we did Oktoberfest. We ate a lot of really good food.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the beer. And then I got very car sick on the way fucking back. It was the most awful ride of my life on the way back to the fucking Airbnb. But then Schweiss left, and 5 hours later, he came back with the PS5. And at the Airbnb, we all watched this awful movie together. So that was our weekend. I guess Alex didn't want to watch the movie. But
I tried to come back and watch Never Say Never Again, but dude, I was like dying. I was way too tired for that.
yeah, never again.
Meanwhile,
again.
Zach was at his fucking convention full of a bunch of ninnies dressed up in fucking fairy outfits.
Yeah, what does that mean to be someone's handler? Like, what is that? Like, does she step on his balls?
I've never
or
had to
something?
handle
Like,
anyone.
Does she like smash his balls while jerking him off, or what? What happens here? Because he said like, "Oh, I was their handler," and I'm like, "What handler? What is it? Like a fucking animal?"
Schweiss, you're not giving any context to
So
the
he
listeners out
okay,
there.
sorry. So I asked Zach because I was going to my 5-year anniversary with my wife, and most of it was a giant disappointment because
Congrats.
I wanted to go to the Leonardo, a museum in Salt Lake City that we bailed out during COVID, which whatever. But I was going to have like about an hour and a half, closer to 2, to go through whatever exhibit she wanted. And then we get there and they're like, "Oh, we're closing early for an event at 6." And it's like 5:40. And I'm like, come on. So we end up not doing that. We go to the Mormon Mall, the gigantic Mormon Mall. I get the chai frappuccino from Nordstrom because it's amazing. Tastes like pumpkin pie in a
Nothing
cup.
says Mormon like coffee.
Yeah.
And then we walk around there, spend a bunch of money on the kids for a while, and then we go to a place called Log Cabin up Salt Lake Canyon. Amazing food. I ate fucking bison steak, man. It was like, it was fucking expensive. Like they had a cellist there and like a pianist playing live music, and of course there was a fucking wedding event happening next door with Usher blasting. I was kind of annoyed about that, but. Anyway, the food is really good.
You weren't like, yeah.
You were like, ugh, black people music. I'm trying to hear this pianist.
Yeah, can I hear the more cello, less ghetto? I was kidding. No, it was all right, but it was just kind of annoying because I'm like, this is kind of like a mood, but then there's like fucking party going on right there, and I was like,
Yeah.
I want the experience, not the fucking.
Shoulda got down. Said, come get me.
Yeah. Very.
And they're murdering a bison in front of him to
Yeah.
fucking cut his steak.
Dude, it was really good. It's just like regular steak, but like way bigger, and like it tastes
would
the
hope
same
so.
to me. Yeah.
You couldn't taste the suffering of like the extinction?
No, it tasted pretty good. I don't know, but they had wine in there that was like $500 a bottle, and I was like, whoa.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, when I saw the 70 something, I was like, damn. And then I turned the page, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Like nectar of the gods? Like, what? Am I gonna like live forever because I bought this thing?
I mean, on a 1 to 10, it better be a certified 20.
Yeah, no shit. Jesus fucking Christ. But anyway, what was I getting at?
Zach's being a handler.
Oh yeah, and then
Somehow
I'm
this
driving
relates to
around
him.
up there with my wife, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What is with all these freaks out here? Like, there's just like a lot of people with like they're like got a lot of shit hanging out that shouldn't be hanging out. And then finally I was like, oh, you know what? I think it's Comic-Con.
Con bods.
Yeah, con bods. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is coming out of that shirt over there?
I believe I just coined that. You're all welcome. You guys could take that. Just put a trademark.
Yeah.
Just because it's a con bod.
I just call them
con
fat
bod.
people, but whatever.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if Zach is up here being one of the people in my way. Because I wanted to get parking like near the museum, but it's like, oh, $20. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not even here for Comic-Con. I'm a normal person. And like I was getting kind of uppity about it. And then, of course, they fucking had an event that they didn't say anything about on their website, so we wasted it. But, you know, other than that disaster, it was actually pretty good.
So the context is that Zach is like a handler for a bunch of cosplayers, which I think is just a term he invented to sound more important than he actually is.
Yeah, it was a girls' night out, and he just happened to be tagging along, as I'm sure.
Yeah,
He's carrying all the purchase.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a real awesome night there, Zach. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Good point in the chat. Hot Sauce Heavy says, I'm a normal person, says the man with 9 podcasts.
Look, in the
Yeah,
year 2023, having 9 podcasts is like actually underachieving.
Yeah, kind of. You know, everybody has a podcast now. It used to be cool. Now
we hate it. That's why we're getting out of the game.
Yeah, now we hate. Yeah, it's become too mainstream, so we have to quit.
We're going to start doing shows by smoke signal again.
Yeah, that's how the first iteration of Nude Clan was.
Just a smoke signal that says, like, I give The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time a 2.
Yeah. Like, this gameplay sucks.
I would give it a higher number, but we ran out of firewood.
Yeah. So, yeah, the movie sucked. Weekend kind of was good. Bison tastes
movie.
good.
You could probably copy-paste what we all just said for Need for Speed in a few weeks, because it's probably going to be the same fucking thing. But we'll find out, because maybe next week we'll review Majora's Mask, depending on whether Zach was playing it or spending too much time this weekend handling the purses.
Yeah. That sounds like a real official title.
Nice. He's handling all those women.
Yeah.
You know what? Now I suddenly have respect for Zach again. If you put it that way.
Oops. So I had an interesting weekend. I had that. And then I want to also give a review to Blackened Whiskey here in a second. Because this isn't that funny, but I just feel like I should share it. So, Blackened American Whiskey is Metallica's whiskey brand. And I bought the $35 version, which I believe is like 40% alcohol as opposed to 55% alcohol, which is the one Schweiss got. According to my girlfriend, who's a whiskey drinker, she said that's because it's, you know, the more expensive it is, the more dry it is, and like you drink less of it, so you get more out of it per whatever. And so Schweiss's $70 version is supposed to last longer than my $35 version. Here's the thing. I actually liked the $35 version a lot more than I did the $75 version of Blackened American Whiskey. I will say, as a whiskey, pretty darn good. I recommend it. My girlfriend recommends it so much that it sent her to the fucking hospital yesterday, which was a great time. So, yeah, that happened. And mostly just spent all day yesterday in the ER because my girlfriend took half a bottle of whiskey, a fucking half a bottle of Blackened American Whiskey. She drank a bunch of beer the day before and didn't get drunk. So she just thought she was good, and she was having a good time, but then she was having like trouble breathing and shit, and we had to take her to the hospital, and it was awful. Yeah. I had an awful experience. I mean, her experience was much worse than mine. I should probably not complain while she's in the room with me, but yeah, yesterday was like not a good day. So that, I would say
here's how it makes me a victim.
Yeah,
that's how it makes me a victim. No, I would say that Blackened American Whiskey is so good it'll send you to the fucking hospital because you can't stop drinking it.
Yeah, you know what I think
That'll be,
actually happened?
That should be the new slogan.
I think she had a panic attack because she realized you bought the cheap version, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to be poor forever." It's fucking So to her credit, I guess, she had not gotten drunk in a long time. She used to drink a lot when she was like younger, but had the partying days are behind her, and she just thought she could handle a lot more. Yeah, whiskey,
then,
that's a lot of
that's a lot
of alcohol, dude. Like half a bottle of that,
dude,
that's
it's a lot. So yeah, half a bottle. I was like trying to do that. I'm like, that's a lot of, because like it's almost 50% alcohol. So that's like a quarter. That's like a whole fucking like solo cup of just pure alcohol. That's what she took in like an hour and a half. And she was in a good mood and everything. And then suddenly she couldn't breathe. And we didn't know what was going on. She couldn't talk. I literally thought she had been stung by a bee or something and was having anaphylactic shock. And so we were fucking freaking the fuck out. We were doing our best to be like calm and everything. We were trying to get her to slow down, breathing. And then I had to go. We had to call an ambulance. And then I went to the hospital. It was just not a good time. It was not. I wish there was a funny side to this story. There was when she woke up, 5 hours later after they fucking drugged the shit out of her, because she kept on like, this is what she would do. She would, I finally, after like she was awake and like so the stress went down, she was gonna be okay. Then she started talking because she's loopy and she's on drugs. And we were at Timo's place. This is the context for the story. We were at Timo's place. And it was his birthday. It's a friend of mine. And we were all playing D&D. My girlfriend was not playing D&D. She was outside talking to her family on the phone, which she does like every Sunday. And eating food and just hanging out. So she was outside. I couldn't I couldn't even see her as part of like in this situation. So, but because we were playing D&D, like, when I found out she had called me like 6 times, couldn't get a hold of me, and then I found her outside, basically not breathing, I had to rush inside and be like, guys, I need a Benadryl and someone's got to have a fucking inhaler. And so we tried to do what we could do, right? And that stopped the game flat. Now, this was what was happening when she was waking up. This is what she would do. She would be like super drugged out, and I have audio recordings of this. I should have probably shared it before this. Because it's pretty funny. Just put it in post. She'd be super drugged out. And then she'd go like, she'd just be like nodding off, and then she'd be like, like she just remembered something, and it like shocked her, like, did you finish the game? And I'd be like, no, baby, I did not finish the game. And she'd be like, I'm sorry. And then she would start to cry.
Aww.
You're like, it's D&D. You never finish.
It was both really sad and really funny. And then she would be like, she would just like, I'd be like, it's okay, baby, it's okay. And then like a few seconds later, she'd be like, what about your work tomorrow? And I'd go, I called off work tomorrow. I'm not going to go to work tomorrow. It's okay. She'd be like, I'm sorry. And then she started to cry again. And it would just like go like that. It could be, and then it'd be like, Peyton is Timo's girlfriend. So like, oh, Peyton was here. She put your hair in a bun. She came by and she visited. Then she'd be like, she's so nice. And then she like started to cry. Anyway, it was really sad.
Take the pork chops out of the freezer.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
You know where you are right now?
I mean, obviously in the hospital.
You're obviously in the hospital. Okay. How did you get here?
How is that funny?
How you're talking right now is really funny because you're really medicated. I'm recording it so you can laugh at it later.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm recording it.
How many of these do you have?
Of you, none.
Oh, okay.
This is new. You just woke up after about 5 hours being asleep.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck.
5 hours?
Yeah.
How?
Well, they had to put a bunch of medications in you. Because you weren't breathing. Do you remember that?
Oh gosh. Do they know that I have insurance?
You have student insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is this gonna cost?
Don't worry about that.
Oh gosh.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure that out, okay? The insurance will take care of a lot of it. Or they should. And because you don't make any money, you can ask them to forgive you, and they probably will. It's a really annoying process, but I can help you with it.
What did you put in that water?
It's just water. He just gave me the water. What'd you say?
They leave already?
Timo and Peyton? Oh, you remember them being here?
No. Peyton.
You remember Peyton being here. Timo was here too.
Timo was here too?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
Because they were worried about you.
What is happening?
You couldn't breathe. We had to take you to the hospital. And then you wouldn't stop moving and yelling, and well, you couldn't really yell. You were just asking me to call your parents, so I called your parents. And they were trying to get you to calm down. Then your battery was dying, and I had to turn off the phone, and they sedated you.
The what?
They made you fall asleep with some anti-anxiety medication.
Mm-hmm.
And then you slept for 5 hours. Yeah.
Did you talk with my parents?
I did talk to your parents.
It's good. They're gonna be worried.
Yeah, I know they're gonna be worried. I've been texting them an update every hour.
Okay. On WhatsApp?
Yeah, on WhatsApp. I had to download WhatsApp and message them.
Okay.
And later we can call them when you're feeling better. When you're more clear.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh gosh. How much this is gonna cost?
Don't worry about how much it's gonna cost. We'll be alright.
It was so. Anyway, yeah, it was a really scary day yesterday, followed by it was mildly funny, and then getting her to the hotel at night, which was a lot of fun. Getting this very drunk and also medicated out person, so it was just all fucked up.
Yeah.
Person up to the hotel room, and yeah, this morning she couldn't remember any of it, hardly any of it. It was you don't remember being on the ground and not breathing. She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, damn. So yeah, Black and American whiskey, highly recommended. If it's so good, that's how good it is. It'll fucking fuck up your Sunday.
Common misconception.
So bad.
Common misconception with the lyrics of Blackened. It's not blackened in the end. It's blackened is the end of your life. When you
it sounds like the Metallica.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Metallica whiskey is very
Blackout
on brand.
drunk, fade to black.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Metallica whiskey is very on brand. If you get halfway through it and then respiratory problems cancel the rest of it, and you have to put it aside for later.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
So
anyway, I feel bad
that
for her.
does remind me.
She's still with me today.
I'm glad she's okay.
She's looking at me.
Yeah, is she apologizing?
No, she's not apologizing anymore.
Oh, okay, that's good.
She's done enough of that. I told her it didn't matter. The game's not as important as her life. So
yeah. So that reminds me though. I guess I have a story too. Not that I have time to tell it, but I'll do it anyway. So we were at Home Depot because we're buying the last little bit of things to fix up the home because the inspector that came by is a real hard ass, and he wanted really specific things that don't need to be here. So we're over there getting parts. It's kind of late at night. The boys are freaking out, and like they want to go by the Halloween section, and then Elijah grabs this like little Jack Skellington figurine, and he like wants it like bad, and I'm like, no, dude, we're not buying any more fucking skeletons. Like, we spend too much money on skeletons every year for you freaks. Like, it's too much. And he's freaking out.
You might as well get some permanent ones.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's tempting me. I'll boil his bones. But no, Jace is like putting it up on the shelf and stuff, and like he's reaching up out of the cart to get it. I'm like, Jace, stop doing that. He's gonna freaking fall. And then eventually, Alex is going to look for something, and I kind of leave him in the cart with Jace, and then I walking away, and I'm looking at some stuff, and then I just hear like a loud smack, and then Jace is just like, oh my god, Elijah just fell, like screaming like bloody fucking murder. So like, dude, I thought I was gonna turn around and just see like The Shining, just like a fucking wave of blood just coming at me, and I was like freaking out, and I turn around, and he's like fine. You know, and like, and Jason's just running around like with his head cut off, and so and I'm like, God damn, dude, like you got to work on your crisis management. And then like we're like, he's freaking out, and he's crying, and then Alex is like, look, buddy, and he really wants the Jack Skellington thing, so we're like, fine, you can have it because you got hurt. And then Nicholas is like, what? How come he can have something and I can't? And it's like, well, dude, he got hurt. Like it's different, you know. We weren't gonna let him have it, but then he fell down and he got hurt, and then Nicholas just kind of like thinks about it for a couple minutes, and then like he turns to Alex and he's like, Mom, can you punch me? And we're like, she's like, what? No. And then Jace turns to him and is like, I'll punch you. And then he punches him in the arm, and then he starts like bawling. And then at the checkout line, he's like, Jace, I couldn't get a skeleton because you punched me. And he was all like pissed at it. It was fucking hilarious though. And then the crazy thing is though, like, dude, like 2 days later, my father-in-law is like measuring shit on top of his roof, like on his ladder, and he like leans too far and he tries to grab onto something, and it like just goes, and so he falls off this ladder like 12 feet. Lands, just busts, like his fucking ankles are just like, or one of his ankles, both bones are just fucking gone. And Jace was there for that too, dude. And he was like screaming and freaking out again. And I'm like, damn, you got like,
oh my
god, he was like, someone get him a skeleton.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, you got some bad luck, bro. Like, stay away from me. Yeah, he needs a new skeleton. So he's like fucked up at home, but I was just like, oh my god, Jace, you were like you're like the witness to all the horrors here lately. Like you got some serious trauma.
I would just keep him away from you when you're when you're going up and down from the attic. He needs to be like outside.
Yeah,
especially if you're handling a
can't have him nearby.
TV.
Yeah, that man, I don't even know.
I went up that fucking ladder today, and I was like, "You took a fucking TV down this thing? What the fuck's wrong with you?"
It was scary. I mean, because that thing's heavy too, so it's no joke. And I gotta like force it through.
Were you playing that? Were you doing that to play again?
Yeah. And then
what game?
It was I think the last time I got it out for Pimp My Ride, and I let Zach borrow it, and then that's when I like fell down the stairs. And it like I slipped, and then it landed on my fucking leg, dude, and I almost went into shock. Like it hurt so fucking bad, and it just scared me. I mean. I was like, oh my god, I didn't expect
that's
it.
What I mean. Joey's like, you took a TV down this thing, man. What's wrong with you? And you're just like, pay my ride.
Yeah,
got to get my daily exhibit.
Look, it had to happen. Yeah. So the father-in-law's fucked up.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
But Jace is the harbinger.
That
of pain.
sucks, man.
Yeah, the kid's bad luck.
Clearly.
But anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you guys again next time. I don't know where Zach is and Majora's.
Either Needs for Speed or Majora's Mask. We'll see how it lines up.
Yeah. I think the sequel should have been Needs for Speed. And then the one after that would have been Needs for Speeds. No 2, 3, just fucking add an S.
And then Needs for Speeds.
Yeah, Needs is for Speeds is.
Oh wait, I have a quick story to tell. I had an ice cream the other day.
Oh, nice, yeah. That's good.
Did you shove it up your ass?
Well, yeah. How else do you eat ice cream?
Yeah, he
Fucking
wants it to
idiot.
enter his bloodstream faster. So clearly you put it in his asshole.
It was hot out. I wanted to keep myself cool.
Yeah, you got to keep that ass cool and refreshed.
Yeah, core body temperature needs to go down. Where are you going to put it? Up your core.
That's right. All right, so on that end, thanks, guys, for hanging out. Until next time, live always in the nude.
Walk with your mannequin monster green screen held high.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Game over, man. Game over. What are we gonna do now? Too bad you will die.
Is not to blame.
What are you doing? Is that thing over by now?
How about a nice game of chess?
Neither.
So.
Also, I should have said walk with your skeleton held high.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a good point.